show you today, I've just finished trimming my Bettie Bangs. If you didn't see that video, please check it out if you're interested. So now I'm going to do the rest of my hair. And I'm going to try out two new products. I'm going to try out this Finishing Solutions Ion Spray. And it resists humidity, firm yet flexible, working and finishing hairspray. So I love products that are 2-in-1. So I'm going to use this to prep my hair, and then I'm going to use it at the end just to get rid of flyaways with my pomade as well. And then I'm also going to show you, I'm on a quest to do vintage waves. If you haven't seen my other videos, I am. And so I'm trying out all these different tools, and one of them is this. It's the Ion spiral curling iron. Somebody suggested it, so I want to try that as well today. And I hope you enjoy the video. So let's get started. So I'm just combing out my hair and making sure there's no knots in it. I'm just using a large white comb. You can use anything, a brush or whatever. I'm going to section off my hair. So I'm going to section it in half. Actually, to start, let me put some spray in it. I'm just going to run this through. This is my prep spray that I was mentioning. I like to make sure the ends have that on. And then I'm going to just split the hair in half. I am just using as many techniques as possible to make it easy to work with. I'm going to split my hair in half this way. Once again, combing through, making sure I got no knots, nice and neat, keeping everything sectioned. I'm going to use my little clips to grab this first section. And then I'm going to use another clip. I'm going to grab approximately a 1-inch section, no deeper than maybe ½ an inch. Actually, I'm going to start from the back. So I'm going to, same thing. So just a small section, but it's my longest piece because my hair is kind of in layers. I'm kind of growing them out. And so I'm going to clip this off. So as I work, I make sure the hair is clipped away so it doesn't tangle up. So when you have somebody doing your hair, they may not do that. That's fine. But when you're doing your own hair, and if you have long hair or any hair, it just prevents it from getting tangled, which is a pain. So why go through that if you just kind of do the steps necessary not to have that happen? All right, so we have our iron heating up. There's 3 heat settings on this. I can probably get away with doing the medium heat setting. I could go to the highest, and that's 450, and that's really hot for an iron, so that's great. A lot of people think I have really thick hair, and I guess I do compared to some people, but it curls easy, I think, because I have wave in it. So if you have hard to curl hair, I would go hotter. If your hair curls easier, then you could probably do the medium heat or even the light heat, depending on what kind of curl you're doing. You can do different curls with this, I found out. And I like to do a nice tight spiral because I like a tighter wave pattern. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. So let's give it a go. So it does come with this really cute glove. I have it on backwards. Just what I'm doing. I don't know. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to grab the hair. Actually, I'm going to switch hands with my glove. I want to go this way so that you can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to make sure that I go in the same direction all around just to make sure it's consistent and that the curls will be flowy. So you don't want it too wide. And I'm just fitting it into the grooves. And I'm wrapping around. And then I'm rolling in a little bit. And I can already feel that really hot heat. So the glove is super helpful that way. And then you can like spray it again if you have hard to hold hair before you curl it, just to be sure. And if your hair's super long and you're like, oh, it's not going to fit on there. My hair's almost to my waist, like my back pieces. And so it will. And you can even start lower and then curl in, like I said. Because ideally for the vintage wave, you don't really need it to start right from the scalp. If you have long hair, you can start it a little lower. And then if you have shorter hair, it's not a problem. So you only need a few seconds on that. So we're going to unwind. With these, you cannot slide them off. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my curl like that, like spring action, and I'm just going to hold it. See how easy it is to get tangled? Okay, so now we're going to hold it and grab it, and holding the curl just gives it more tension, and I find it's just springier. So you can take bigger sections of hair, play around with it, and then you see how it did a nice curl. Now I don't love the little end, but it is the longest parts of my hair. It's still gonna wave. And I can always just go back and recurl that if I wanted to. So for the sake of the video, I'm gonna go ahead and just keep going. And I just recurled that, and now I'm gonna push that back up. And my pieces are shorter towards the front, so they spring really nice. And there we go. And that section's done. So we're going to clip that, make sure I don't make a mess of it. And I'm just going to clip it back. And we're going to get started on this one. Actually, this piece is a little bit too big. I'm going to split it up. If you wanted to, you could even angle this down if it's easier for you. It's definitely easier to angle it down when you want to release the curl. So instead of trying to slide it off like a like another iron, you could do this. All right, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to show you one more. I find it's easier, get better light when I show you the front pieces. So we're just going to let it just fall into those grooves. And like I said, you could twist it this way if it's easier for you. I have a habit of going straight. And then I'm going to just release down. I turned it the opposite way, and you see how it released really nice. So in this video, I've tried releasing it straight, I've tried releasing it downward, I've tried reversing it, releasing it down this way, and I found easiest going this way. It's whatever your comfort zone is and whatever angle you're at, because if you're doing your own hair, it's always a challenge, but it's not impossible. So if someone else is doing your hair, it's just different, and you know that, so, but you can definitely do this. See, that turned out beautiful. So definitely this curling iron is awesome. I'm loving it so far. Gorgeous little ringlet curls for our vintage waves. Now, as you can see, I've sectioned everything off, and now we're going to do the... Okay, I'm not sure, but I think I may have overlapped the hair. We'll check once it's heated. If the hair overlaps, it will give you kind of this weird thick kink, and so I'll redo it, or if it's not a big deal, like not where I want it, then I'll just fix it. All right, I'm gonna just unravel that. So not too bad. I think it'll work because I don't need the wave to start from here. So right about here and down, I really want my waves to flow, so I'm happy with that. Ooh, that's hot. All right, I'll keep going. Hey guys, so you can see we got some really cool curls happening with this iron, so I'm liking it. And I'm loving this glove that comes with it, instead of having to search out a winter glove. So I'm taking all the clips out, and sectioning your hair will save you so much stress, so please do it. It's just any hair length. It's just so much faster and neater. And you can see your sections. I mean, your sections don't have to be super perfect because you still got a lot of work to do with this, but it's definitely easier for when you're actually working with your hair. So look at that. That looks really neat. So now we're going to do just a gentle comb. You can see those waves. I'm going to come in a little closer because my light and my black hair can be deceiving. Just going to work my way through the first layer gently. You can see that S shape. And like I said before, this can work on any hair and any length. But if it works on mine at my length and thickness, you're gonna have an easy time. So don't feel just because I have long, thick hair that this video or these techniques are only for this type of hair. It's just that I searched out, or I tried to search out videos that worked with my style and type of hair, and I couldn't find that many to do vintage stuff. So I made it my mission to kind of make these wave tutorials, and I hope it's helping you. So And that's what you want. So I've started combing through, and I'm going to show you the back. Like I said, it's kind of tricky with the black hair and the lighting, but I've just continued to kind of gently comb through with the wide end of my comb. We've got some good light here. So now that I've got this slightly combed out, I'm going to split it in half to make it easy to work with, and I'm trying to get the back to hold its wave as well. So I'm going to give this a light spray. Okay, I'm just going to go in where I see the dip. These waves are smaller than like if you used a 1-inch barrel, so I'm going to use a few more clips. I've realized that if my wave isn't with a 1-inch barrel, I use more clips because I love all the tiny waves. And I'm just going to kind of go like that. And I've sprayed it once again with the finishing and setting spray. Just wherever help I can get, I get it. I take it. So anyway, just like that. And I'm trying to grab it all the way through. So that was my point of splitting the hair, so that when I let it go, it's going to have wave in the back as well. If I had someone doing my hair, hey, it would be perfect all around, but this is my way of attempting to get it perfect all around. So you can see how the ends are got a nice, they're coming together. And you're just going to keep kind of sculpting it. It doesn't take that long. It sounds like it's a big process, but it doesn't. So put the clips in once you comb the curl. So I've started taking the clips out, and as you can see, it's done this beautiful pattern. And I'm just going to go back a little bit so you get a better perspective on this. Super awesome. And that's one whole side. So that's even got the back of the hair. All right. Take these out. And so I did it for a few minutes. Like, you could just go and finish your makeup or have your coffee or whatever. I always feel like the first side I start on doesn't turn out as good as the last side I end on. And I really love how this defined, and I feel like, oh, did it do the same thing? And I feel like here I didn't do it, but here I did. So I'm still loving it. It's all practice and technique. And I still got that flow all the way down and all the way to the side. And so you could just, you can go back in and play with that and piece it together. But let me show you the final look.